Hi, it's Mike. In this video, we're going to be listening to and talking about piano improvisation, making it up on the spot. I'm going to play the song first for you, and with each successive verse, I'm going to add more improvisations to it. And then, the best part, we're going to break it apart step by step so you can understand fully and clearly what I'm doing to improvise on this particular song. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. All right, what a wonderful song to be playing on this day. So I wanted to talk to you today about piano improvisation, and this is going to be a series of a number of videos where we talk about piano improvisation. Now, I've been playing the piano for a long time, probably 25 years, a little scary, and I've been playing in church for about 20 years, so this song is no stranger to me. And just like on a river, imagine a big river with rocks on the side. Well, over time, the rocks get smoother and smoother, and the channels form in the river so that the water has the least resistant path to get down, to go downward. And so I feel the same way about my improvisation style, which is that I've played these songs so many times, probably hundreds of times, that I know some tricks that I really want to share with you from all this experience of doing it. So we're going to talk about piano improvisation. All right, now on this particular song, there's a couple things that I want to emphasize. Let's take a look at the first page on the second line. Hopefully you have the music with you. My hand will save. Now these two bars right here kind of are a little interlude right before we get to the next part of the melody. And in fact, some congregations will not realize that it's an interlude, and they'll actually start singing the next part early because it kind of doesn't make sense to have a full measure of rest in the middle of the piece, right in this particular section. So what we have to do as piano improvisers is we have to fill in the gaps with something interesting. Now here's what we're given. So it's pretty low, and it's kind of a little dark because it is so low. It's a little dark because it is that low. So what I like to do is I like to draw more attention to the higher pitches because I think it just sounds better. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is we look at the chords. All right, so the chords above, starting on save, right? My hand will save. D/F sharp. So what that means is it's a D major chord, D, F sharp, A, with an F sharp in the bass. So whenever you have that slash and then another letter, that means that's the bass note. So we have a D chord against F sharp, then we have D against C, the C is in the bass. Now we have G/B, and then we have D/A. So it's a D chord with an A in the bass. All right, so what we're going to do here, cross out that D/A chord, and I'm going to suggest putting an A minor chord or A minor 7 on beat 3, and then on beat 4 you're going to put a D7 chord or a D chord. So now that measure is going to be G/B, then A minor 7, a D chord, and then back to G on the next bar. The reason we're doing that is because it gives us a little bit more to improvise with and to think about going through those chord progressions. So when you improvise melodies, here's the trick. Basically, your right hand wants to stay pretty close to inside of those chords. So as I play D, the first chord, D/F sharp, I want to stay and land on notes that are in that D major chord. All right. Now the next chord is the same. Anything within the D chord should sound good. Here G/B, we want to stay in the G chord. All right. So G, B, or D, those will be your main points of emphasis on A minor 7. A, C, or G, and then the last beat 4, the D chord, D, F sharp, A. So the basic idea here behind improvisation is that when you make up melodies with your right hand, you want them to stay pretty close to the chord tones, the notes of the arpeggio, right? Like the D chord, the G chord, the A minor, and the D chord. Now you can connect notes together by using something called passing tones, where instead of, let's say you're playing a D chord, well, to get the F sharp, you can play the E, but just don't really emphasize it. You're not going to go, but you could go and land on the chord tones. That's the key. All right, so let's make up a couple melodies here. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play the melody. So we're in a D chord, G, A minor 7. All right, you could do something like that. You see how I weave in between the chord tones? That's the key. Let's do another one. As long as you stay around the chord tones and connect them in a clever way that sounds melodic, it's going to sound fantastic. So that is my first tip, is to make something up there that sounds a little bit different than what they give you, which is okay, but it's a little dark. Like I said, it doesn't really fill the space very well, in my opinion. The next thing I want to show you is an easier trick, which is on the second page when we have Whom Shall I Send? You have a nice melody here in the alto on beats 2, 3, and 4. You have C, D, E, which is a great time to build momentum into the refrain. So what I like to do is I play this on beat 2, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and then on the downbeat of the next measure, you can either go back down because it's a D chord, or you can go up also because it's a D chord. So that's going to become this, Whom Shall I Send? Or it's going to become this if you go up on the last notes right here. Again, we're using the spaces where the singer is not doing anything, just sustaining a note, to build up and to kind of trade back and forth with the singer so that it sounds more interesting and engaging to the congregation. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you find these videos to be actually really helpful because, again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I want to give back some of this knowledge that I've learned over time. And this all started for me when I was in college because I took a year of jazz studies with a New York City jazz musician, and all I'm doing here is I'm applying the concepts of jazz right here to church music, this music right here. And being able to improvise is a wonderful skill to learn about, and it allows you to just play from your heart and make things up on the spot so that you can color the music in a way that's very engaging and people really, really appreciate. So if you want to learn more about improvisation, head over to my website, www.musicministry101.com, and you can learn so much more there on the website. All right, I'll see you in another video. Thank you for watching, and consider sharing this video with other piano players and other people that might be interested in learning about piano improvisation. All right, take care.